Hi, we're going to try this again. This is how you're going to create a new sale in Podio. You're going to start, the main thing to remember is that you always have to start with the lead. Never create a new sale on its own. Start from the lead. So you find the lead. If, for example, you don't have a lead, you'll need to come in and on the website and fill out the free consultation form to create a lead. But most times you'll have a lead. So you come in and you choose your lead. Look at the lead itself, and when you're ready to see. Here's how you create a new sale in Podio. The main thing to remember is that you should always start from the lead. Okay? That is very important. Don't create a new sale. If you go into the sales section, for example, do not come here and say add sale. Why? Because by creating it from the lead, it will bring over a lot of information, and it also helps with all the automations that we have programmed into Podio. So come and find the lead that you've been working on. If for any reason you don't have a lead for this person, for example, you just got an email from them somehow, you have to go and create a lead by going onto the Fortuna website and filling out a free consultation form. That will create a lead in Podio. So come back to your lead. You can see that I have a lot of information in here that the person has filled out, which is me in this case. So just review that, and you'll be tracking what's happening with the lead and saying it's a hot lead or ongoing lead, whatever, phone call. These kinds of things. When you're ready to generate the sale, the person has closed the deal, you hit this button, Deal Closed, Generate Sale. Okay? You can see over here in Podio some automations are happening. So the first thing it's going to do is set the status to client, and it's going to generate a sale. So to see the sale, you need to refresh your browser and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you will see a new sales item. There it is. Click on the sale item, and that's where you start to fill in the information related to the sale. So the first thing I'll do is add myself as the deal owner. I'm going to sign up for a 3-school package. Podio will automatically calculate the amount. If I have a discount, I'm going to give myself a 5% discount and wait a little bit, and Podio will also calculate the new amount. Number of invoices should always be 1, except for in very special cases, in which case you should talk to me or Matt. The date would be today. And then here you have a choice of sending the invoice either to PayPal or split it. PayPal would be relevant for any sales that are under $1,000. We don't want to give them an option to pay via split it for such smaller orders. Anything over that you can send via split it. If you know, for example, that the person only wants to make 1 payment, then just go ahead and send it to PayPal. But if you send it via split it, they will have the option to pay either by PayPal or by split it. It is important, though, that you choose which plan you would like to offer the client, up to 3 payments or up to 6 payments. Up to 3 payments is appropriate for projects that are going to be completed within the next 3 months. If the project is longer, you can offer a longer payment plan. But what we don't want is someone to choose 6 payments for an application that started now and is due in 2 months, for example. So use your best judgment here. Sometimes if you have to give them 6 to make the sale, then go ahead and do that. But ideally match it with the amount of time that the project will take. Once you've done that, you can create a custom email. I'm going to show an example because there's some good ones in here. I don't have to write it all. Let's look at Michael Kearns, for example. Mandira writes some great messages here. So here she has written about, thanks. This is kind of a template you can use. thanks for signing up. It's going to talk about the initial invoice coming, which will be coming separately. Split it. You can reference Split It here and even put a link to the Split It page, which you can find. Split It page is in methodology section of the leads and sales section, a workspace, how Split It works. Here you can, this is information for you, the salesperson, and you can use this link to see what's on the website and or send it to the client. Okay, so back to the text. So you can, I'm just going to copy and paste this for right now. You would write your own customized email. It is really important, if possible, if you know, to reference who the coach will be in this email. You can even CC the coach so that they get a copy of this. It's kind of a starting point for the project. So if you know who the coach is, reference that, because what will happen next is it will influence what happens next. Okay, so you can add a CC here. And then you would create the project. Here you have 3 options. One, which is going to be the most common, which is that you're going to send an email, which will include the text above, and a link to the strategy web form. Okay, the strategy web form is going to be used in most cases, in most projects, all CSPs, and any project that's probably over 4 hours, unless you know, for example, that the client only wants to, essay review or something like that, or an interview package, or it could be a, just a application review. Those kinds of things, you don't need to send them the strategy document. So you would use the second project, which is to send them the email, but not to include that link. And the third option is not to send them anything and just to create a project. Okay. So when the client has been sent a strategy web form, this does not automatically create a project in Podio. What it does is it waits for the client to submit the strategy web form to then create the project in Podio. And at that point, you will receive an email or a message from Podio saying that someone has submitted their strategy document and it's time to assign a coach. And at that point, you can go in and assign a coach. I am also always looking and assigning coaches when those come in. I get a notification, so I'm pretty much on top of that, but you can beat me to it. But that's why it's important that you reference who the coach is so that I know who to assign. And that way you can be sure that it will get to the coach and they can start working as soon as possible. And then that's really it. Once these things happen, I'm not going to do them here because I don't want to create a fake sale, but if you send it to Split It, the invoice will go out. Podio will automatically start tracking what situation the client is in. If 5 days have passed and the client still has not paid, you will receive a notification to follow up. It's a really important time to make sure that we don't lose the client in the first 5 days. Like they've said, okay, I'll sign up, but then they kind of start to think again. So we really need to make sure that we're following up and making sure that everything's okay. And then the rest of this is really kind of internal stuff that we use, that I and the directors use. If you need to void anything, I'll have to do that. You just let me know. And that's really it for the sale. That should be covering just about everything. I'll cover how to do a change order or an additional sale in the next video.